Welcome to Real Fishing UK. In this video we head over to Cretelakes in France. It's the first time we've gone on this kind of coach trip. We've normally done drive and survive. When we arrived at the venue we had a look around. You're seeing on your screen now, this is an area where you come for your breakfast and your evening meals and whatnot. And also they've got, other facilities as well, like the showers and the toilets, and they were really clean. I was really impressed with them. When you get there they go over the rules with you once you get off the coach and whatnot, and let you know a little bit about the fishery. They let you have a little bit of a look around and you unload your gear, and after that's done you have a draw for the swims. Was a bit nervous about the draw, as anyone would be. Obviously you come out earlier, you get choice, and there's a lot of variety of lakes there. Unfortunately for us, we didn't come out until quite late in the draw. We ended up coming out 34th in the draw, which was like second to last, but it is what it is, and you have to just get on with it and try and make the most of it, and try and catch a few fish. Once you've done the draw, the bailiffs will load up the trailers and they drive all your gear round to the swim, and from there you get on with the fishing. Anyway, here's highlights from day one. After day one we opted for a move. Paul had picked up one fish which we think was just a passer-by. I took a photo of the draw on my phone and we had a look at the available pegs to move into. On day two, after another night which we didn't have nothing, we opted for the move and to do it early, and hopefully before other people started to think the same thing. I myself moved on to Lake 4, as you're seeing on your screen now. This lake, was quite obvious straight away to me that it just consists of a lot of margin fishing, and there was some nice little bits in the middle as well. Lewis, John and Paul in our party, they opted to go on to Lake 3. Lake 3 is fishing really well actually, but most of the fish were coming from this back margin that you're seeing on your screen now. Hopefully Lewis and them guys could have picked one up and I would have gotten some fish on Lake 4, and this is highlights from day 2. Here we have it, first of the trip. Paul had one on Lake 5. We decided to move. They weren't showing in numbers. 15 minutes in, this screened off. Let's hope that all our move pays off. Second of the trip, within an hour of the move. Let's hope for a few more and hope that the other boys get a few more as well. On day 3, John and Paul opted for another move, and they moved from Lake 3 onto Lake 2. Lewis and myself stayed put, with me on 4 and Lewis staying on 3 for another day. Anyway, here's highlights from day 3.
Right, just had this 36-pound mirror. It went 36 dead. We were struggling on Lake 5. We made the move yesterday. And it's paid off. First fish of the session. Get in.
£42. Move yesterday paid off. Get in. Let's get her back, and hopefully the other boys will have a few bigger ones as well. Oh, that's a lump, mate. That's a lump. Get in, man. Get in.
Right place for 5 minutes, or wrong place for 3 days.
Get her back, and I've just heard the news that Paul's had a new PB on the bank just now, so we're going to go around, see that, and then come back and get photos of the other one I got.
Right, I started off on Lake 5, literally had one fish at 23, moved on to Lake 2 after doing a night on Lake 3 and blanked, moved over onto Lake 2 and had a 43, first fish from Lake 2 and a new French PB.
Here we go, 5th fish of the session for me, off of Lake 4 at Cretelakes. And look at this for a boilie muncher. There's the other side, let's get her back. on day 5, Lewis opted for a move onto Lake 2 from Lake 3, as the fish hadn't moved out of the margin spot and the guys over there were continuously feeding it and catching, so he thought it was time for another move, so he made the move onto Lake 2 with John and Paul. Myself, I stuck it out on Lake 4, but by this day I was a little bit, I wanted to relax and enjoy the holiday, so I was resting the swim in the day and only fishing at night. As for bait, I was using double bottom baits, double 18s, and I was using what I use in the UK, OPM and Icelandic Reds from Carp company. Fish I were catching, most of them were oozing it out, to be honest, so they are obviously enjoying it and whatnot. And again, it's just, a bait that I have confidence in personally, and it also matches up the colours of what that lake recommends. There's Cretelakes Special in their cell. By day 5, again, I was going and joining Lewis, John and Paul as they were all on the same lake, having a bit of a social in the day and only fishing after dinner and through the night. But what I'd do in the morning is I'd come down and I'd put some bait out and I'd come and top that up, about 1 o'clock as well. So baiting my spots and also resting them, no lines in the water. I thought, it might help out a little bit. So that's what I was doing. And these are the highlights from day 5. On day 6 of our trip, it really did show that effort equalled reward, and as you're about to see with Lewis, he only banked 2 fish up to this spot. Also goes to show that in France, they're not going to crawl up your lines and jump in your net all the time, Some people look at it that way, I don't know why, but anyway, that's something else. Tactics that John, Lewis and Paul were using on Lake 2 were pop-ups presented in a few different ways: snowman rigs, hinge stiffs and chod rigs. Basically, Lake 2's one of the weedier waters on the complex, but the fish in turn are a little bit darker in colour because of that. Anyway, here's highlights from day 6, and as you're seeing here, Lewis was into a fish, into a few fish, as you can probably see in the bottom corner there, but
crazy morning. I've had a 28 just as I was taking the photos. My other one just tore off as I got it out, and then landed a 48 mirror, and then as soon as I started doing the photos again with the 28, another screamer, and landed a 45 mirror. It's just been non-stop action. I've got 3 slings there, 3 rods out. What more can I ask for? And I'm on day, what's the day today? Thursday? Friday. Last day, and it's just gone off. £45 on the nose. Got another one in the sling. 48, yeah, 48. Wow, these guns don't be working out, do they? This is the last one of the fish, the 48-pound mirror. Look at the size of it. I'm struggling holding this. Yeah, we've worked hard for our fish. Like I said before, we started on Lake 5. It weren't really happening. We was only on there a night, but we knew it weren't right, so we moved, and it's paid off. Daniel's done really well. John's had a brace of 40s. Paul's had a 40, and the other one was, what was that weight? 20?
You had a brace of
28.
40.
And yeah, I've just had a brace of 40s as well. Get in.
On our Philo's trip, there was quite a few people that we went with. You know, our party only consisted of 4, but, you know, there's probably about 12 or 13 of us out there. And, you know, those guys got amongst the fish, managed to get a few of them on camera as well. Chris Thompson, our friend and one of the bailiffs at Philo's, he made a move. He only had 2 fish up to Friday, and Friday afternoon he made a move onto Lake 1, and, you know, within a few hours he banked this fish and a new French PB for him, which is of £43, so was over the moon with it. He was well chuffed, and to be honest, to see his face, and that was wicked as well. And, you know, we've met Chris this year, and, you know, we've just made new friends from doing day ticket diaries at Philo's, and ended up going France with a few of them. And it was great to see, you know, all these guys catching fish. None of us blanked. It was really awesome. Also, the head bailiff come out with us, Eggy, and his daughter was catching fish as well. He was catching fish. Another guy, Spotty. Another guy who moved on to Lake 3 next to us as well, Jason, he banked a new French PB as well, and his first 40 overseas. So it was really good. I mean, generally on our whole week, no one blanked actually, and that was the people that we knew who was there, and also all the other people. So it was a good week all round. Met some new people as well, and obviously, you know, when you're away like this, you like-minded people who've got a passion for fishing. So that was good over dinner, discussing the angling and whatnot. But, you know, the last morning was special, as you're about to see, and it was pack-up time, and it really kicked off, to be honest.
Right, it's the last morning, and we're actually packed up. Lewis has got 4, and I've got this. We've got to rush because the bailiffs are picking up everyone's stuff. But we've had a great trip, and have a look at this. Let's get her back.
32 on the nose.
How many you got in the slings, mate?
I had 3 in the sling, and I just had a 4th one, and it's this one, this 32 mirror. It's a lean one, quite long, and it fought for about 15 minutes. I've just managed to get it in. The van's just getting loaded. We're a bit late, so we need to get moving.